So, I made my first Nightbringer weapon, and the journey, oh my god. I'm gonna keep everything sorted in a way that I can kind of keep it smooth for you guys, so if there's any information that is wrong at any point in this video, please, put it in the comments, debate about it, do whatever. I really like to learn from, any mistakes that I make, so yeah, please do put them in the comments if you find anything. Let's begin! I remember being in a voice chat with my boyfriend Ben and my friend Pika, and we were just talking about the Nightbringer stuff, the weapons and all that, and I'm not really sure what sparked me to start going after it, but I did. I'll have the official date for you guys on the screen because there's a screenshot of a Discord chat that I had with Pika that day where he sent me the wiki page of the Infiltrator. So I am fully aware that the Shuriken is currently in a really bad state and it is pretty useless. I agree with you guys. I really badly want Nexon to balance Ninja, and I want them to make it useful, and I want to be able to do better content with it. But I'm not really sure how to give any advice on, how to go about doing that, so it's, not really my place. But yeah, I'm fully aware. I know how useless it is currently, don't worry. The reason, though, that I wanted to make the Shuriken is because I've had a lot of fun using Ninja for so many years now. And I've tried other talents in the past, like I tried Chain for a while. It just didn't sit right with me. I always went back to Ninja because I always found it so much fun. And yeah, so just Ninja Arcana win. Through this entire process, I've worked a lot on improving my character by leveling my renowns, finishing all my Grand Masters, finishing all my Dans, completing Stardust entirely, maxing out all my techniques, and reaching level 150 Arcana. I still plan to continue improving, with the next step being to level up all my Crusader subskills. My friend Lynn was able to finish making their Nightbringer Elementalist, which is the wand, and my other friend, Han, who that's how I pronounce their name, but they, there isn't really a real way to pronounce that name, finally got to make their destructive rope. So a huge congratulations to them, and I am so super proud. At this point, most of you are aware of the ways I make gold, but if you don't, you're going to find out how unusual they are from the norm, and maybe this can encourage players to find new ways to make gold, because knowing you guys, I probably won't be able to use these methods anymore after this. The apples. So many apples. I made a goal for myself to get at least 1 or 2 rows a day, and it would go until the bag was full. And then I would sell them all for 10k each, so that would be like, 200k a stack. And the reason that these got bought for as much as they did and for as often is because they were used for hard cider caters, which are good for magic attack. And then when the part-time job revamp came around, people bought them like crazy for the part-time jobs. We also have the collection journals, of which I would stock up on, up to like 50 of each at any given time I ran out, just to sell on the side. These would range anywhere from 1 to 6 mil each, depending on how many other people were selling them, and I'd just sit and I would just watch videos between using Demigod, and it would just go by so easy. One of the not as unusual and successful ventures was the Holy Water. That for a little bit was also going for 10k each because there was an Erg revamp, but it dropped again like really quickly, so yeah, that's why it's not as successful. Snow crystals have been a pretty steady source for me that I believe could change at any moment, but usually got me anywhere from 1 to 2 mil each, and were usually bought for the generations or for running the Mirror Witch dungeon. BMEs were the last thing I started to farm for, which obviously got me around 80 mil each, and people would buy them for their destructive robe crafting, as usual. I reached my first 1 bill mark ever on November 9th, 2023. I bought some materials when they were still around the 30 mil range, and then I had a hard time hitting the next 1 bill mark because I had to spend a couple $100 million on Christmas gifts for friends. But after I recovered from this minor setback, I hit my second 1 bill mark on February 17th, 2024, and I bought the rest of my materials for 21 mil each. For anyone who decides to try saving gold for one of these weapons, I just want to say that I'm still also a Mabinogi at heart, and I did leave 400 mil saved to the side to buy some outfits I knew I'd want to buy. So don't be afraid if you spend a little on something for yourself.
First off, we're going to be using Dan 3 Magicraft, since it's the highest rank possible for crafting the Infiltrator. We are also going to be using Harvest Song Rank 1 to boost the success rate from 95% to 100%. The Grandmaster Pet Trainer unique effect will be used to potentially save materials so we can try to get some of the money that Tamara spent crafting the Infiltrator back for her. It's roughly a 30% chance to save 20% of any one required material. I am going to be wearing my crafting quality clothing even though it isn't known to have an effect on Magicraft. We also intended to use a Magicraft quality potion for plus 5 quality, however during the heat of the moment I forgot to use it and that is my mistake. The titles we will be using are going to be the Magic Artisan title along with the Known Far and Wide second title, which can be obtained from getting Dan 1 in any of your life skills. The reason we decided to use Known Far and Wide is while we did try to get the other Magicraft quality titles like Caracal and Friends, Special Dream of the Dense Forest, or the Hector second title, we simply could not find anyone willing to sell them at a price we could afford, and even after a couple of attempts with Aaron Spirits, the Hector title just wasn't obtained. Using any of the other titles would have potentially been better since they supposedly increase the minimum quality of an item by 10, but we haven't been able to find enough solid information to confirm or deny this. Known Far and Wide along with other Dan titles are known to boost positive effects of first titles by 20%. Due to how Magicraft behaves as a crafting system, it's difficult to know what exactly the Magic Artisan title does. Per the in-game description of it, it would increase the chance to make a very efficient magic item. We could see this as one of two ways. It could be argued that it increases minimum quality rolls and makes it easier to get a higher quality item because there's a smaller stat range, or that it adjusts your average crafting quality to be a higher value, making it so you can craft better quality items more often. If we were to assume that it affects minimum quality similar to how the other crafting second titles supposedly do, then for Known Far and Wide to be considered better than Caracal and Friends, or Hector, or the Special Dream of the Dense Forest, the Magic Artisan would have to give at least plus 50 minimum quality. I highly doubt that is the case. This means that either the minimum quality effect is smaller than that of the crafting second titles, or that it is in fact that it increases the overall average quality of the crafts. Neither of these can be proved without extensive testing, and not having the title to do the testing makes it even more difficult for us.
So the reason that I had Pika craft my Shuriken instead of me is because Pika's a really good friend of mine, and he has expressed to me in the past that he really enjoys crafting weapons, or items in general. And he was around for the beginning of the journey, and I just figured it was right for me to promise him that he would be able to craft it for me, as much as I would be able to craft it for myself as well. But I thought it was extra special to have him sign the Shuriken and everything. So yeah. My plans moving forward with the Shuriken would have to be finishing the reforges, you know, getting the same reforges I had on my old Celtic Shuriken, or maybe even better ones if I get a better roll. I would like to get better enchants. We have the Stellar enchant now that is great for Nightbringer Shurikens, specifically with that piercing. Ooh, so good. And then I would like to have this Shuriken be my first ERG 50. I've never tried for ERG 50, so yeah, that's gonna be a whole other journey as well, because I know based off of what I've heard from other players that's kind of, you know, very RNG based. So yeah, wish me luck on that, I guess. But yeah, just in general, I guess the plans moving forward with the Shuriken are to, you know, finish it up, make it the best that it can be in every single way possible. And, you know, until then, I hope that this video on crafting it was actually very informative for you guys, and, you know, let me know once again if there's anything I got wrong at any point, or maybe you have some critiques for future videos where I craft something, you know, I would love to hear it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.